Amarillo, Texas was the site of Shark Fights 13 on Saturday night, and it was capped off with a thrilling main event as the Dean of Mean, Keith Jardine, was paired against rugged AKA wrestler Trevor Prangley. From the opening, both fighters tested the waters, with Jardine landing solid kicks to the South African's legs before attempting a takedown. Prangley landed a crushing knee to the chin of the Jackson Winklejohn fighter and followed it up with punches that dazed him. Prangley landed a throw, and fans got to finally witness Jardine's jiu-jitsu skill as he fished for a number of submissions from his back. After surviving on the ground, Prangley controlled the rest of the round until Jardine managed to get back to his feet with 30 seconds left in the first. A desperate Jardine came out swinging in the third, and it paid off as he took it to the Shark Fights champion, landing a plethora of punches that almost ended the contest. After 3 tough rounds, the fight was left in the hands of the judges, and they ruled in favor of Trevor Prangley by split decision. In the co-feature, Rameau Thierry Sokoudjou battled hard-hitting brawler Houston Alexander. After a feeling-out period, the native of Cameroon landed a huge left hook that dropped Alexander to the mat. Sokoudjou followed it up with a flurry of shots while Alexander was in survival mode, trying his best to secure a single-leg takedown, but clearly he was hurt badly. It was all Alexander in the second, as a fading Sokoudjou couldn't deal with the pace of the Nebraska-based fighter, who turned up the heat and unleashed a cavalcade of strikes that crumbled Sokoudjou to the cage floor.
Houston Alexander right after right! He's peppering! Sokoudjou is not fighting back!
The referee, having seen enough, called a halt to the beatdown at 1:31 of the second, awarding him his 7th knockout of his career. In a welterweight encounter, British bad boy Paul Daley faced off against ATT representative Jorge Masvidal. With a minute and a half left in the opening stanza, the Miami, Florida native landed a takedown, but Daley's athleticism allowed him to get back to his feet. In the second, Masvidal began to get comfortable and started to mix up his striking, and it paid off as Daley was unsuspecting of the takedown which Masvidal scored. Both fighters let loose in the final round, but again it was Masvidal's wrestling that seemed to be the difference. Daley seemed to be the sharper of the two strikers, and when the fight went to the scorecards, the judges gave the decision win to the Sheriff of Nottingham, Paul Daley. In a middleweight battle, Joey Villasenor struggled with UFC and WEC veteran Danilo VILLEFORT, who pressed the action and used his grappling abilities to impress the crowd. In the end, it would be VILLEFORT taking home the decision on scores of 30-27 across the board. Tarek Saffiedine took it to Minnesota native Brock Larson, who looked flat and couldn't use his wrestling skills against the Team Quest fighter, as Saffiedine's takedown defense was impeccable. After 3 rounds, the Belgian garnered the unanimous decision victory.